and I'm back here again with yet another video. And I figure as a sort of experiment, I decided I'll go ahead and try out Mixer on Xbox, so I can bring videos to you all of some of the games I actually rather enjoy that don't exist on the PlayStation or PS4. So I figure I'll go ahead and do a video on the Xbox, and I figure a lot of the games that I enjoy, I decided I'll go ahead and start off with Dragon Age. Start with that franchise. Hope you all enjoy it. I figure we'll go ahead and start with Origins, and in this video I figure we'll go ahead and start a character and go through their origin. Yep. So I figure we'll go through the origin, and then end the video there and continue the rest of the prologue in another video. So let's go and get to the origin. Now, of course, I'm going to go through character creation, so sorry about that. I accidentally scratched my head earlier. Sorry about that. And as you can tell, I already tried this earlier because I had made streamed, made a video earlier, and ended up I didn't have it set so that it keeps all of the videos. It makes the downloaded video of what I accomplished, so sorry about that. But without further ado, let's go and get started. And of course, there's all of the different things. Alright. So let's get started. Alright, now let's listen to Duncan. And of course, here's a portion from the Word of the Maker. Get like the name of the book, I might remember it later. No, it's their changed version of the Bible.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. The Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
And now to character creation. Yep. So I figure I'll go ahead and play as a male human warrior. Yep. So, I really do hope you all enjoy this series, though. I'll preface that again. I do hope you all enjoy this. I'm trying out on the Xbox, and as I said before, this is my second run through, so I screwed up the first time. So, we're going to play as a male human warrior, and due to that, we only have one origin of choice, in which that is we are human noble, in which we are born to wealth and power, second only to royalty. You find your training in both diplomacy and battle put to the test as your brother leads the bulk of your family's forces to
Greetings.
Alright, and as you all can see, I named our dear hero James to keep up with our continuity and role-playing games here. Since you all have been with me in Fallout and I can't remember what else, for RPGs I normally like to keep the same names, so each of my characters, so I hope you all might appreciate the choice of keeping him named James. And, alright, so all those settings are good, are they? Yeah. Alright, portrait. I figure we might change this to that. And for voice.
Greetings.
Ah, my spell!
Just some of the different voice things that they had. As I said though, I hope y'all do enjoy the series, as I much enjoyed playing this game first time when I had. Actually is quite an entertaining franchise. Dexterity. Constitution, person. I do believe I'll work into that one. And that one. Go ahead and play on normal difficulty. And let us begin. As a member of the Kuzland family.
For generations, your
one
family, the
ability.
Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzland's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, but we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought all legions, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
Since your brother is leading our forces south and I'm going with the Owl, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
You know, that's pretty much all I can say.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
Duncan! I like Duncan.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
Yes.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
I do kind of like the idea.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone? In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me. Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
Alright. So, we have begun a new journey. All of us. Or at least me and my viewers. So, we are Sir James Cousland, and we are a member of the noble house of the noble Cousland house. And with the Darkspawn coming up from the south.
Good evening, my lord.
King Kalen has asked for our assistance, and so we will be sending troops that way. That is where Fergus is right now, so I must go and speak with Fergus. And while Mr. Arl Howe, my father, and Duncan all commune one another. So let us explore the compound. Yep, I'm gonna go. I think we should go ahead and run around the compound. Meet some of the locals. Alright, and talk with the priest.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all!
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you. Please,
I'd
child,
appreciate
call me Malol. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need. Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be. There now. I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me. It is the least I could do. If the worst comes to pass, child, take comfort in knowing that the Maker's will takes many forms. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
Now let us continue. So, I've been asked to go meet with Fergus after finding out that we're going to be heading south. Okay, so that goes there. Alright.
Good evening, my lord.
And to the armory.
Oh, my lord, we were just, well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Cairn stationed us here.
Don't worry about
We
it.
appreciate that, my lord. Thank you.
No problem. Y'all are fine. I understand a good bit of card
There
playing.
you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt. Pardon my manners, my
Hello, Sir
lord.
Gimel.
It's simply that I've been looking all over the castle for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave. Your mother disagrees. She insists you collect the dog, and quickly. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off. I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we? Just
Alright,
follow the
to the
yelling.
kitchen.
When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
Alright, so before
Good evening, my lord.
we continue on, meet with before we continue on and meet with Fergus, I figure we'll go ahead and get our dog back. It's currently in the kitchen. Ooh. And
Hello, my dear boy. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect. If the mind is not exercised, it withers just as the body does. Perhaps you'd care to join me in teaching the lesson?
sure.
Perhaps you could make the topic more palatable for these lads and their minuscule intellects. Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start? Records are vague, but the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child? Every day I pray to the Maker that my lessons will stick, and every day he tasks me anew. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern. Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young man. It seems you've already plumbed the depths of your potential, then. A pity. At any rate, your family has held the Turnier of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Kuslan battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence. Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event. Thank you for indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Don't let myself want this one.
Alright. But yeah. So let us continue. Because we need to go get our dog. Of the law.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you! Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down. A blight wolf is what he is. How am I supposed to work like this?
Oh dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
Alright, and now time to get the...
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here? It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, do you hear that? Look out!
Alright. And our first bit of combat in the game is fighting
Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back. Got it. Now, better than this. Right. Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back.
Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all. Those were rats from the Kokari Wilds. Best not to tell Nan. She's upset enough as it is. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Jarl's men.
And I don't believe we'll Sir Gilmore again. But we have our dog. So that is good. And he's actually the first of the companions you get in this game. If you're a human noble, of course. You'll get one of the Grey Wardens if you're, as your first one, if you're every other background. Can you do something about this golden mess? Yeah, he licks you clean.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones?
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Yes, they are quite.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms.
Whines again.
Here then, take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Alright, so... we've now completed the quest. Involving our hound. Alright, I can't go that way. That leads to Duncan and then... There's always good to be familiar with the place. Is there anything that glows in here? Nope. And of course, since I'm a warrior instead of a rogue, I have to break up.
Good evening, my lord. Good evening, my lord.
Dude, no, as I said before, it's possibly making the day. Look at that. Alright, so we've went full circle. Now to go meet with Fergus and the rest of the family.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my younger son. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled. You've always had a way with her. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon. You're too kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dyron? I believe you two sparred in the last tourney.
And you beat me handily, as I recall. It's good to see you again, my lord.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra!
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dyron, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship.
Alright. So, we've met both characters. Father and mother, and now I believe it is time to go and meet with and here's Ivan. Something for me to take right now.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren, and I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well. Stay. I'd like to say farewell. If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side. Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
And miss having both my children in one place before I leave? Not likely.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you?
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
Yeah. So we've spoken with Fergus, and now off to bed. But before I do that, get some DXP, and now off to bed. As Fergus and some of my men leave early, leaving the castle defenses. Which, the castle being defenseless, leaves a great time for our Arahal to betray us.
My lord,
we
help
stand
me!
under attack.
The castle is under attack!
I can't help him anymore, but I can help myself.
I'll get on it. Got it.
Let's see some blood! On your guard, French! That'll teach you. How about you?
Now, better live it up.
Too bad.
Breaking a sweat already.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt? A scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us? You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed. We must find him. I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go. Perhaps we can salvage some things here, darling. Some of your father's belongings are in that trunk.
Crap. I'm not a rogue yet. Now let's get prepared for battle. Oh.
No!
Well, there's my
little Orin.
sister-in-law.
What manner of fiend slaughters innocents?
One like Hal.
How he's not even taking hostages? He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor Fergus. Let's go. I don't want to see this.
gonna be pretty bad explaining that to Fergus. Oh yeah, thank you for valiantly helping your country. Oh, and by the way, your family was slaughtered by a family friend. Alright. So, we have gathered some of our stuff. I figure I should go ahead and level us up. Alright. Let's level up the dog. And level me up, of course. Alright. And of course, I forgot to mention this, but since I have all the DLCs, I also have a whole bunch of the promos as well. Alright. These boots are far better than mine, so I do believe I should use them. And so, Mark of Diligence. This should come in handy. Promise Ring. Skillful Mastery. And use the Band of Fire to help be protected and never give me extra health. Alright, I believe we should be ready now. Of course, some of the DLCs and the main story. Alright, so the Darkspawn have reappeared, so we have sent Fergus and some of our men down south to help out Kalin, the Ostagar, and while they're down there, Hal decides to betray us and try God, thank you that can't even
get off my back.
Ah crap, I'm stunned.
No, better later.
And of course I can't get in there.
Oh, dear Landra. I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here.
But we'll be alright. Let us continue and defend our home and find Father. Yep. We are on our way out.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere. The front gates. That's where your father must be. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants entering the larder to escape. Do you hear me? Then let us be swift.
Something? So let us continue.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here! Yes, my lord! Here they come!
We have a servant.
Beware.
Got it. Guys, go! Oh, blast you!
We have inherited a guard. Is our servant dead? I do not know. But let us continue.
Got it. Yeah, hopeless. Now, better than later. I'll do a ladder so you can get off my back. I'm ready for this.
Where am I exactly? Okay, so if I head that way.
I'll get on it. Fucking horror! I'll rip you apart! Right. Someone's gonna fall in! Some blood!
Yeah.
How dare you! More blood! Where's the next one? Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? Something is coming. Got it. Someone's gonna fall on it! Try won't be me!
You always get activations. Ooh, yeah, I think she's dead.
Go! Man the gate! Keep those bastards out as long as you can! Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
They killed Oriana and Honor. I can't believe. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly. When I last saw the Turn, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Now let us continue to try to gather as much supplies as we can and find my father.
I pray that Mother Malal has escaped.
So now we must find our way.
I'll get on it. Blast Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it.
What is in this room? Alright. To the armory.
I can't do that.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Kuzlan family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hao's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
Where's the turret? Does
That
he
about
live?
wraps it up.
Now we
Done.
must enter
Anything
the
else?
treasury, get our family heirlooms, some excess protection. Family sword, and give me a better shield. Even though I cannot carry the shit, however, for now, I figure carrying the families, carrying a guard shield should do. Or scale armor seems to be far better than of course, tome. Should come in handy. Increase coercion. Reason. Alright, so now we've looted the armory. We have family shield.
I see enemies ahead. Right.
Oh crap, stop.
Now, better than later.
Blast you!
Now, let's continue the fight on Arl House. They killed the old man. How dare they? We shall avenge you, our friend. Of course. There's a man. Can't go in that way. So I believe we must head back to the main courtyard. Head through to the other side to get to it.
I'll get you a ladder so you can get off my back. Curses. Someone's gonna bleed for this.
Maker, help us all! Run! We're going to die!
Run, my servants. Just safer for you to leave than be here.
Go down! I'll get on it.
Get out these
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy's dead. Trying to save as many people as I can.
Keep your wits about it.
I'll get you a ladder so you can get off my back. I'm gonna rescue anyone.
I will drive you from my land myself.
Stop! How about you? Let's see what you're made of. Don't believe this. No, better than later. I'll get on it.
Bring it on!
No chance. No chance at all.
leveled up once again. Coercion comes in here. And because of that, I can now use the shield. Shield of Hyaden. So let us continue on our journey, trying to reclaim our home, or at the very least, find our father. Get us to safety. I saw glowy stuff above him. We're into the larder.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce!
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
Father!
He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, we must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think. My boy. If only Will could make it so.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
Bryce, no. The servant's passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the turn is correct. House men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My younger son helped me get here. Maker be praised.
I am not surprised.
Are you going to help us? I mean,
whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me. But I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship. But I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
You fought your way to me through Howe's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Howe. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us. We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Howe's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you. My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
must escape. And now, James is an...
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
No need, Duncan. You are Bryce's youngest, are you not? I don't think we've ever actually met. Your brother has already arrived with High Ever's men, but we are still awaiting your father. Dead? What do you mean? Duncan, do you know anything about this?
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken High Ever Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I can scarcely believe it. Well, how could he think he could get away with such treachery? As soon as we are done here, I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word. No doubt you wish to see your brother. Unfortunately, he and his men are scouting in the wilds. We are all in danger, my friend. Nothing can be done until your brother returns, and that will not be until the battle is over. I apologize, but there's nothing more I can do. All I can suggest is that you vent your grief against the Darkspawn for the time being. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different. Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true Blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here. True. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling. Yes, we should proceed with the ritual. I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the Joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon. Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Your hound can stay with me while I attend to some business. The Grey Warden tent is on the other side of this bridge. You will find us there should you need to.
I believe we have now finished our origin. The origin of Sir James Crusoe. This is yet another walkthrough I do plan on continuing on our channel. And I must say, I did enjoy making it once again, and I hope you all do enjoy this walkthrough, as I enjoy playing this game. And I believe next time we will go through the Ostrogoth section and fight here at Ostrogoth. Try to protect what we can. And again, I do hope you all enjoy this series, as I enjoy making it. And lastly, I wish that you may enjoy the rest of your